officially James, the newest member of the WZRD Radio Patreon. Hi, James! I'm your host, Witch Bess, and I've got a very special guest today. Your own, and my own, Slytherspouse. Not just the technical know-how behind the WZRD radio station, he's also a wizard rocker in his own right. We'll dig into what makes him tick in a minute, but first, let's hear some music. This is The Whomping Willows, Sometimes I Feel Ugly.
Smile on my face, there's demons inside of me. They come in the middle of the night to question who I'm trying to be. My past time circles in my head, these visions never let me sleep. I search for a reason to believe, but sometimes I only look skin deep. Sometimes I feel ugly on the outside, sometimes I feel ugly on the inside. But tonight I'm feeling fine, there's a party going on, and I'm happy to be by your side. Sometimes I feel so low, I can't better face the day. Look in the mirror for a hint of myself, but it's better just to turn away. I wonder how I got so old, how I let myself go astray. Then you tell me that I'm everything you want, and you smile when you hear me say, whoa, sometimes I feel ugly on the outside, sometimes I feel ugly on the inside. But tonight I'm feeling fine, there's a party going on, and I feel to be by your side. Take me down to the Wizard Rock Show, where I won't feel so alone. I'll keep my best friends by my side, even though we're so far from home. We'll stay up till the break of dawn, just talking about the times we've shared. Sometimes it's all I need, just to know that you are there. Ugly on the outside, sometimes I feel ugly on the inside. But tonight I'm feeling fine, there's a party going on, and I feel to be by your side. Sometimes I feel ugly on the outside, sometimes I feel ugly on the inside. But tonight I'm feeling fine, there's a party going on, and I feel to be by your side. Sometimes I feel ugly on the outside, sometimes I feel ugly on the inside. But tonight I'm feeling fine, there's a party going on, and I plan to be by your side. Sometimes I feel ugly on the outside, sometimes I feel ugly on the inside. But tonight I'm feeling fine, there's a party going on, and I plan to be by your side. Here's your daily assurance, things are basically okay. But times like these aren't normal, take it with more than just the brain. This new campaign against Dumbledore has us wondering who you're working for. And this article about Muggleborns stealing magic shows what's going on. The prophet's now a mouthpiece for the ministry, regurgitating the lies of C.S. Lee. There's no news about the ministry's fall, 'cause Voldemort controls it all. The prophet's now a mouthpiece for the ministry. What's the narrative? just heard the news. I came as quickly as I could. The damage is done, the war it is won. Still there's one last thing. Rise from the ashes. 4 more hours to go till daylight. On a flying motorbike, soaring high, the countryside just passes by. And I will hold you tight on this flying motorbike. Keep my mind on the task at hand. I've gotta get you to number 4 before it's too late. Don't worry, he'll be there. He'll make sure you're safe, and you can try to make things right again. Rise from the ashes. 4 more hours to go till daylight. On a flying motorbike, soaring high, the countryside just passes by. And I will hold you tight on this flying motorbike. Rise from the ashes. 4 more hours to go till daylight. On a flying moonlight, soaring night, countryside just passes by. And I will hold you tight on this flying motorbike. Rise from the ashes, I will hold you tight. Rise from the ashes on this flying motorbike. Rise from the ashes, I will hold you tight. Rise from the ashes on this flying moonlight. Rise from the ashes, I will hold you tight. Rise on the flying moonlight. Rise.
I was strutting down the hall. I couldn't see the writing on the wall. I heard whispers and a foolish one wail. It was clear they were up to something.
They were
They were up to something. They were up to something. They were up to something. I can teach you to bewitch the mind. I can teach you to ensnare the senses. But if you think that you can with a teacher, you are clearly to something.
They were up to something.
10 points from Gryffindor.
Serious.
Completely serious.
10 points from Gryffindor. 10 points from Gryffindor.
That was the Whomping Willows singing Sometimes I Feel Ugly, on the importance of media literacy under authoritarian rule by Harry and the Potters, the Weasel King singing The Flying Motorbike, and Up to Something by the Band and Banshees. Sometimes I Feel Ugly was a special request from WZRD's precious patron James. And now, here's Kevin from Slytherspouse. Welcome to the show, Kevin of Slytherspouse.
Thank you so much. Happy to be here.
I think this is going to be really fun because while I know a lot about your Wizard Rock journey, because you are in fact my Slytherspouse, you're pretty new and a little reticent on the scene, so it'll be fun to dig into you as a band.
I'll be honest, I'm kind of surprised that I was asked on, but I'm happy to be here to share my very short journey so far.
You were reviewed in glowing terms on the Pedia. Of course, I had to have you on. So I like to start with how you got into Wizard Rock. What's your history?
That's a good question. So I think I've been sort of on the outskirts of Wizard Rock for close to 15 years, primarily because my wife, I'm not really sure how to refer to you here, but primarily because you have been into Wizard Rock about that time. Now, it was a long time before I went to a show. It was honestly a long time before I really listened to and liked any Wizard Rock. I think the first thing that I really liked was the Peveril story by the Butterbeer Experience. That it gave me chills whenever I would listen to it, and so we'd listen to it on long car rides when we were driving places, and I really, really loved it, and that sort of eased me in. And then, from there, just as I listened to more of it, mostly around the house, playing all the time, came across more of it that I liked. Of course, I like making my wife happy and her smile and laugh, and so whenever I can pick up something from her habits, from your habits, that I can add to my, to jokes that I make around the house or just comments that I make, references. I like to do that because it makes you smile.
Wizard Rock names are so varied. I like to know where each band's name came from. I feel like we can guess, but why did you decide on Slytherspouse instead of something else?
Yeah, obviously the origin of the name Slytherspouse comes from you, I think, trying to protect my identity whenever you talk about me online or in the Wizard Rock circles, which I really appreciate. And I kind of figured when I had, my idea for my eponymous EP that, I was already sort of known a little bit by Slytherspouse. And also, actually, I think before I made any music tracks, I made a drawing for one of the Birdie
Bots.
Thank you. One of the Birdie Bots Every Flavor challenges on the Pedia, and I registered as Slytherspouse there just because it was the only thing that I could think of at the time. And so it kind of, I guess, grew from that specifically.
Did you consider any other names?
No, I feel like by the time I got to the music part, I'd already registered, so that was it. And leading up to that, I didn't really feel the need to have anything else, so I kind of fell into it, I guess.
Now, you mentioned that I tricked you into enjoying the genre with the Butterbeer Experience.
Yes, definitely.
Are there other Wizard Rockers that you admire?
Yeah, there are just so many Wizard Rockers that I admire, and it's really amazing to see the community. I mean, you've got really well polished music, of course, Swish and Flick, which I really appreciate as a Slytherin, to have some representation that's not just, oh, they're evil. And one of my other early favorites was Diagon Alley's Leaky Cauldron. That is just phenomenal. So I mean, there's a lot of really good, really, really good music out there that is honestly impressive to me, because these are there are bands in Wizard Rock that legit I think could, tour and like be mainstream. I legit think that they could make it, and they're putting all of their effort into this passion of theirs, and I think that that's really cool. Oh, I had someone else that I wanted to mention here, but I've immediately blanked being on the spot. But yeah, there's so many. I couldn't possibly begin to name them all.
You do often talk about dots and lines, and
Yeah, that's that. Actually, listening to the Dots and Lines interview on this podcast is one of my favorites. And actually, that reminds me, if you are really interested in a lot of my favorites, go back to check out. I don't remember what episode it is, but there's a WZRD radio episode that is some of my very favorite songs in Wizard Rock.
I just double checked. That is episode 36, Slytherin Weekend.
Definitely check that out.
If you were going to make music about any other subject or fandom besides the Harry Potter community, what would you pick?
So it's kind of an interesting question because I am honestly, I don't know that I have the talent to like make legit music. I'm here cutting together things that I think are funny, mostly from the the movie dialogue and things like that. And the Wizard Rock community is so welcoming. That's actually what allowed me to do any of this at all, is the fact that I've seen for years the Wizard Rock community be welcoming to all comers. It doesn't really matter if you know what you're doing, if you're new, whatever it is that you want to put out there. People are just so happy to see it, and see people engaging with the community, that I felt comfortable to put something out, to put something together and put out. My first EP, I think, it took me like 2 or 3 days. I'm just sitting there on the couch, just putting it together. I think Wizard Rock is sort of unique in that way. But if we're assuming that I had, the singing ability and musical talent, whatever it would take to put together, like some decent songs, full-length songs, I think another thing that's been really cool. So I have been a fan of The Wheel of Time since high school. My cousin had me start reading in middle school, but I didn't really get into it. And then we had like a blizzard in high school that kept me out of school for like 2 weeks. So I started really getting to Wheel of Time then, and it's been one of my favorite series since. So since it's come to Prime as a TV show, and it's become sort of more popular, there have been people coming out with some incredible music based on the Wheel of Time. So I think that would be a really cool space to be in, just because I love the Wheel of Time. It's so funny, and there's so many amazing stories in it, much like Harry Potter, that I really think it would lend itself to a really strong community.
What would be the subject of the first song you would write in your Wheel of Time oeuvre?
I think so. The first thing that comes to mind, because again, my drive when I do anything, almost anything, is just to make people laugh. Well, it's mostly to make me laugh and hope that people laugh with me. So there's sort of an ongoing mental note from the three boys, Matt, Rand, and Perrin, in the Wheel of Time, where whenever they're dealing with any woman, they're always like, if it's like Rand, he's like, I wish Matt were here. He's good with women, or even Perrin. And Matt says the exact same thing about Rand and Perrin says the exact same thing about Matt and Rand. So it's just, I think working that into, a quick song, I think would be pretty funny. Just have maybe get some like of the clips from the show where the women are talking, and then just like insert Matt or Rand or Perrin just being like, I wish Matt were here. I wish Perrin were here. I don't know what I'm doing. I think that'd be kind of funny.
It's time for some music. Here's the Butterbeer Experience with Accio Hot Guy.
Well, the summoning charm can be put to good use when you can't find something that you want or that you need. But there's only one thing that I want in this world, and the summoning charm cannot give it to me. Oh, why can't I summon a guy? Oh, Accio, 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 hot guy, oh, bring me a boyfriend, he better be cute. One that will make all the other girls jealous, so we'll be the cutest, no, you can't dispute. In the goblet of fire, during the first task, it was proven that things can be summoned from afar. So I'll take out my wand and say, Accio, hot guy, and you will come flying wherever you are. Oh, where are you, my fair love true? Accio, 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 hot guy, oh, bring me a boyfriend, he better be fine. One that will make all the other girls jealous, so when they see me and my hot guy, they'll whine. I guess I'm out of luck, 'cause this spell's no good. Not like I ever thought that it would be. So I'll just keep searching until I find my very own magical, super hot guy. Oh, just let me summon a guy. Accio, 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 hot guy, oh, bring me a boyfriend, he better be cute. One that will make all the other girls jealous, so we'll be the cutest, no, you can't dispute. Oh, Accio, 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 hot guy, oh, bring me a boyfriend, he better be fine. One that will make all the other girls jealous, so when they see me and my hot guy, they'll whine. Oh, where is my hot guy, oh, hot guy of mine?
My dad's always there to open all my doors. You have to call a patroness just to catch a glimpse of yours. My mom says she loves me when she tucks me into bed. How's your mommy doing in the mirror of Erised? My dad is rich and your dad is dead. My dad is rich and your dad is dead. Your dad's on his journey to the great beyond. When you're dueling, you might see him come out of someone else's wand. He may have freed our house elf or brought down to our family name, but your parents still got toasted by a big green glowing flame. My dad is rich and your dad is dead. My dad is rich and your dad is dead. My dad is rich and your dad is dead. My dad is rich and your dad is dead.
I dream at night about you, just wishing one day I will be with you. Oh, what a deadly dust to do. Only I'm in love with you. You could be my Valentine. Just hold me tight and tell me you'll be mine. I totally fangirl over
That was Akio Hot Guy by the Butterbeer Experience, My Dad is Rich by Draco and the Malfoys, and The Vanishing Cabinet with Valentine for Bella. Let's get back to the interview with Slytherspouse. My patrons want to know, and this is another cross-genre one, which members of Dumbledore's army would be most likely to win the Halloween heist? And what would they be heisting?
Okay, so I guess this needs a little bit of background because the Halloween heist is from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and every year, basically, Jake and it started out with Jake and Holt, but grew to sort of the whole cast or the whole crew. But essentially, they try to steal something. Could be a crown, could be a plaque, whatever it is that year. They try to steal something and be in possession of it at midnight to be crowned like the smartest detective or, king or queen of the 9-9, whatever. So basically the question here is, in a competition to steal things, who in Dumbledore's army would be the best at it? And I think basically any of the Silver Trio would be really good because, while the Golden Trio are out trying to find Horcruxes, spoiler alert, they are there running everything sort of under the nose of some pretty mean people. So I think that they would be very good at finding and keeping things secret. And they found the tunnel through the paintings out to Aberforth's and all of that. So it's just, I think that they would do really well. But also, sort of, I'm going to take this question a little bit of a different direction. Because outside of Dumbledore's army, but in the Wizard Rock community, in 2019 at MystiCon, I ran a game called the Owlery game, which was essentially the Halloween heist. So what we did was people signed up on Friday and they got a letter that was marked with their house and a little pin that had an owl in their house color. And they had 2 days or like a day and a half to steal other people's letters or have them stolen from them. And then whichever house at the end of the game had the most letters would win. And so we kind of got to see this play out because there were some really amazing thefts done, especially at the ball Saturday night, where Muggle Mike came up and just out of nowhere, stole, I think, were they on you? Yeah, so, and just stole 10 letters in one swell swoop. And then while we were all just laughing and he was celebrating, I don't remember his name, but your teammate just came up right behind him and grabbed it out of his pocket, and just it was the most amazing thing. So it was kind of cool because I think we actually got to see the Halloween heist in real time, in real life, and I really think that some of the Harry Potter community in real life would be very, very good at that.
So what would the DA be heisting?
Ooh, good question, right? This is a bit ephemeral, but freedom? Is that...
No.
Your listeners can't see it, but that look that you gave me. Okay. What would they be heisting? The funny thing is, when I was preparing for this interview, I saw who would win the Halloween heist and completely ignored the rest of the question. And I was sitting here thinking through Wizard Rockers that would do it, and it didn't even occur to me what to stop and think what they would steal, despite the fact that it's in the prep that you sent me. So,
while he's thinking, let the record show I am very good at pre-interview prep.
It's true. I got incredible pre-interview prep and apparently have flubbed it completely.
You think a little, and I'm going to share. I was thinking about this question myself, and I decided that Ginny would win the Halloween heist for a reason similar to the story that you told, where we were playing a game with Muggle Mike and Snidget.
Oh my god, yep.
that involved lying. And because we have a very truth-based relationship, we knew that you would not lie to me. So if I was like, how many fish do you have? You would tell me. I assumed that you would tell me. And for the win,
I assumed that you assumed that I would tell you.
you threw me right under the night bus. And no one saw it coming. And I think Ginny would have that very same energy of being, underestimated and assumed to be, just doing whatever was on the surface. And then the last minute, she would just like Osseo the thing out from wherever she had it.
And that's why everyone wants a piece of Ginny. Okay, I think the Sword of Gryffindor is something that would make a fantastic target for the Halloween heist, not least of which because it's kind of got a mind of its own. And B, I mean, we know that Neville pulls some magic out of a hat there at the end. So I think them heisting, if that's verbable, the Sword of Gryffindor would be what they would play for. High stakes, but still fun.
So as a new wizard rocker with a fairly unique style, if someone heard butterbeer or growth and thought, this is pretty cool. I want to bring my unique interest into Wizard Rock. What advice would you give them? What would you say to them?
I would say that the Wizard Rock community is the most open and welcoming community that I've ever known. And that everyone would be so happy to hear anything that you have to offer, anything that you want to put out there. Join the Wizard Rock, if you're not already, join the Wizard Rock Discord, and just even go to it's like Rock in Progress, I think, is the channel. Just go and drop any little image that is at all related to what you're thinking of doing, and just watch people come out of the woodwork and be like, yes, tell us more. And you'll know that everyone is there to support you. And if you have any questions, everyone, probably if you are listening to this episode, you've probably heard of some of my music already. You know that I don't do all of my own singing. I try to get talented wizard rockers to jump in and provide their voices, because there are so many amazing people in this community that are so happy to work with you and to help you in any way that you could need. Dream Quaffle obviously has been a large part of my work, and you'll see that soon as well. But really, just anyone is so happy to help and to support. So I would say just put together what you want and just don't worry too much. Put it out there. People are going to love it. Whatever it is, people are going to love it. I guarantee it.
In the process of making your music, have you found any useful tip or trick or technical thing that you find really handy in your editing software or your process?
No, it's kind of painful every time, honestly. I think because of sort of the way that I put together my tracks, mostly what I'm looking for is clips from the movies that I can mash together into something funny. So there's a site, and I have to find it anew every time, so I couldn't tell you what it is. But it's like moviesoundclips.com or something. And finding the specific clip that I want takes ages, because it's always this little... They have so many different clips, and you can't really search very well on there, especially since they're not labeled with the entire text. So this is basically the opposite of the question that you asked me, but it's very difficult to find the info. So I'll throw out there, if anyone wants to send me just the sound files for all of the movies, I would love that and love you forever.
What are you working on now? Is there anything new coming up for Slytherspouse?
Well, so I have sort of a bag of things that I've thought about and kind of want to do, but it's always finding the perfect clips or finding the time and motivation to sit down and actually make the thing, right? Plus, some of the things are ones where I need a voice, and I don't want when I want it to be my voice, I'm always nervous, and that makes it take a lot longer for me to actually record and make the thing. But I will say that you this year will hear two new things from me, one of which I cannot talk about right now, but keep on the lookout. And the other you will hear at the end of this episode.
That's so exciting. It's time for our final music break. Here's Room of Whatever with the best few minutes in Draco's life.
Draco, 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 Draco smirks on the platform. Draco is on the train. Draco kicks on the train, and Draco lies on a lap on the train. Lies on a lap on the train. Lies on a lap on the train. On the train, Harry lies in the armchair. Harry lies on the seat. Harry lies on his broom, and Harry lies on his broom on the Quidditch bench. On the Quidditch bench. Why don't you boys just, why don't you boys just? Draco feeling the stone floor. Draco over the sink. Draco cries in the bathroom. Draco feeling rather weak. Feeling rather weak. Potter says he's weak. Potter says he's. Harry is busy with the broom practice on the Quidditch pitch. Harry is busy with the mysteries that lie underneath. Harry is busy too busy with his friend Ron. And Hermione does all his homework, but still he's too busy to see. He's too busy to see. He's too busy to see that someone's still waiting on that train. That September day. That September day. That September. Their hand reached out. Harry runs from the fire. Harry runs for his life. Harry saves all his friends, and Harry takes him behind him on the broom. Finally, I'm flying with my hero, with my love. I've been waiting for this day. It's beautiful, like a little dove. I'm holding you, my one true love, my one true love. said his little ass again. He said Draco's little ass again. He said him again. Why don't you boys just? Why don't you boys?
You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. But sooner or later I'ma hunt you down. Sooner or later I'ma hunt you down. Go tell that snake-tongued liar his death is my desire. All the followers and murderers will expire. Tell him that I'm gonna hunt him down. Tell him that I'm gonna hunt him down. Well, I can't believe how you killed him and ran. Fool enough to think you have a chance. Just you wait and you will see just how truly bad real pain can be. He trusted you and told me don't fear, I give anything to get back lost years. You seal your fate as an enemy when he opened up his mouth and said Severus, please. Go tell that snake-tongued liar his death is my desire. All the followers and murderers will expire. Tell him that I'm gonna hunt him down. Tell him that I'm gonna hunt him down. You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. But sooner or later I'ma hunt you down. But sooner or later I'ma hunt you down. You may think you're safer on his side, but you're just a coward known far and wide. There's nothing more than a traitor who's a dead man walking in dead man's shoes. You can run on for a long time, run on for a long time, run on for a long time. But sooner or later I'ma hunt you down. But sooner or later I'ma hunt you down. So go tell that snake-tongued liar his death is my desire. All the followers and murderers will expire. Tell him that I'm gonna hunt him down. Tell him that I'm gonna hunt him down. Tell him that I'm gonna hunt him down. Start a band, and now I'm handing out the horcruxes of my broken heart in a cardboard box that keeps tearing me apart. Stab them with a sword or set them aflame, so you'll never live forever, and I'll forget you just the same. I thought you could be all that I ever needed. Guess I didn't know how wrong I was, so I'll look you in the eye and tell you just why I'm standing here tonight. And it's all because I'm handing out the horcruxes of my broken heart in a cardboard box that keeps tearing me apart. Stab them with a sword
yourself to blame. I mean, I'm just Harry. Just Harry.
But I am the chosen one.
I mean, I'm just Harry. Just Harry.
But I am the chosen one.
What an idiot.
That was Room of Whatever with The Best Few Minutes in Draco's Life, Hunt You Down by Oliver Boyd and the Remembralls, Horcruxes from the YouTube film I Ship It, and Growth by Slytherspouse. Hunt You Down is a special request from WZRD's perfect patron Jeff, who says, "To all my queer-coded lovelies in the LGBTQIA+ family, I love you all. Happy Pride Month. The Death Eaters won't win because we will always have each other." Here's the last part of my conversation with Slytherspouse. Where can WZRD listeners find you online? You know, if they want to buy your music or send you the complete soundtrack of the Harry Potter movies.
So you can find me on none of the social media, but you can find my music up for free, always free, on Bandcamp at slytherspouse.bandcamp.com. And you can find everything non-Wizard Rock related that I'm doing at kga.earth. That's my personal site. And I'm also in the Wizard Rock Discord as Slytherspouse, so feel free to ping me or IM me from there, especially if you have the soundtrack, not the talking tracks. I don't know anything. If you have the talking tracks of the movies, hit me up there, and yeah, I think that's basically it.
Thank you so much for talking with me today.
It was a pleasure, and thank you so much for being so invited.
Congratulations to Nancy and Lan, the first ones to guess episode 51's theme of potions. They're receiving the last Swish and Flick albums, so keep your ears open for the next set of rewards for guesses. If you heard a song today and thought, I could listen to that again, then go to the transcript at wzrdradiopod.com, follow the link, and buy a copy of your very own. It's the best way to support your favorite musician, and without our Wizard Rockers, we wouldn't be here. If you want discounts on WZRD merch, the inside scoop on everything that's coming up, and bonus gifts and episodes, then you want WZRD Radio's Patreon at patreon.com/WZRD It's just $2 Muggle a month, and also supports the Yes All Witches grant, as they give money and mentorship to queer and BIPOC Wizard Rockers. If you want to keep up with WZRD between episodes, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at WZRD Radio Pod. If you don't believe in social media, you can also comment on the transcript or email me at wzrdradiopod@gmail.com. Slytherspouse wants you to know that this is an exclusive WZRD release that won't be available anywhere else for a while yet. And now, here's Slytherspouse.
This song is called the Hogwarts Hanukkah song. It is voiced by the amazing Dream Quaffle, and I hope you like it.
Dumbledore is half Jewish, and Harry's half too. Put them together? Actually, don't. That's kind of creepy.